While surfing in San Diego, Jack and Wright randomly caught the invasion in California on camera. Now, Enright Digital isn't even a political page, as before this video he mainly focused on surfing and photography. But apparently migrant landings in San Diego are becoming a common occurrence, as this just happened in La Jolla weeks ago. Which is incredibly puzzling, as previously Bill Melugin from Fox showed us migrants from China, Turkey, and India are simply able to walk right into the country, also in San Diego County. So if it's really this easy to come into the country, why are they traveling nearly 30 miles by sea, having to sneak past an actual naval base, discarding a $10,000 boat to sneak in 8 seemingly military-age males, and successfully repeating this same operation over and over? Well, it's probably because back in 2022, Fox News showed us the wide open borders in Texas, and when they blocked their access with buoys or razor wire, the Biden administration sued to take them down, or even used Border Patrol to bulldoze them out the way. But now that their National Guard refuses to let them pry open the border anymore, and seeing exactly who supports Texas's ability to protect their state, we now have a clear image of where illegal crossings are free to take place. As Bill Melugin reports, Del Rio, Texas formerly saw 4,000 crossings a day, but is now down to 200, and now nearly 3/4 the crossing are occurring in Arizona and California. So what sheer insanity do we live in that a random surf influencer accidentally exposes the invasion taking place in California? Because even when you're not looking for it, it's suddenly occurring everywhere. And now even normal people can't ignore the crisis California's smooth-brained stances are about to unleash on their citizens. And it only took us 2 minutes to cut through their lies and see the big picture. That's why I'm glad we have the sponsor for today's video, Manscaped. Now here I have the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, which features this lower mower trimmer. It comes with these 3 guards that are incredibly easy to pop on and off, but what I've never seen before is this LED light that actually illuminates wherever you're shaving with 2 different color temperatures to highlight anybody's skin. But not only do the dual blades trim everything with ease, the lower mower also comes with this quickly interchangeable foil blade, which gets closer to the skin more than any trimmer I've ever used, and is incredibly handy for someone like me with tattoos, as if I want to clean up my arms to show off my art, I no longer have to bust out a razor blade and cream, when I can just use the lower mower to get the same results in a fraction of the time. And also, this set came with the Weed Whacker 2.0 for use in your nose and ear, which on a personal level, I'm really glad this came as 2 separate devices, as I've had other shaving kits before that are not waterproof, and they give you a nose trimmer tip similar to this, but they somehow expect you to use your shaver absolutely everywhere, then just pop off the tip and then stick it in your nose. I understand that you can clean it, but how clean can clean actually be? So if you want to join me and the 10 million men worldwide who already love and trust Manscaped for their grooming and hygiene needs, go over to manscaped.com to check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra today and use promo code DECOY to get 20% off plus free international shipping and 2 free gifts. Now, as California inherits Texas's crisis, will they have the ability to actually protect their people or even their politicians in charge? Because understand, of course Texas Republicans and the Biden administration are going to disagree over the wide open border policies, but now even Democrat mayors are being dragged into the situation. As sanctuary cities suddenly see thousands of migrants seeking sanctuary, their mayors now have to decide whether to let their cities suffer and their political careers get incinerated, or break away from the Biden administration and actually act against the DC leaders of the Democrat Party. And unfortunately for California, they don't have a chance, as Governor Gavin Newsom continues to simp over President Damon Shaw.
Who in their mind would want to run when you have someone of such esteem as our incumbent president of the United States, with a record of accomplishments and a man of character, a man of decency? I'm old school. Talk about loyalty. I'll go to ends of the earth for this guy. I really would.
Yes, President Dementia's character and decency, like when his policies again cost American soldiers their lives overseas, only to use their grieving parents as a platform to tell his consistently debunked story about his own son.
I know, everybody, I know there's nothing anybody can say or do to ease the pain. I've been there.
Yes, sir, we understand.
Oh, well, I tell you what, it means a lot to me. My son spent a year in Iraq until I lost him, and
So 1, I think it's absolutely atrocious to make up some story about how your son passed away to somehow relate, or even worse, gain sympathy from the families actually experiencing the story that you fabricated. But in all fairness, maybe at this point Biden doesn't even know he made it up, he just legitimately doesn't remember what happened, which to me at least is equally disqualifying. Or maybe this is just the official Democrat branding, lying.
Our values are American, they're universal values. Our policies, Republicans begrudgingly celebrate and accept. I heard the governor here in his State of the State last night, and he talked about these new EV investments in his state. Really, Mr. Governor, that tried to oppose that and is sitting there with Trump?
I love how he's bragging about supporting electric vehicles when he just chased out the biggest American EV manufacturer in Tesla with his terrible policies, saying citizens support his electric vehicle efforts, which makes a net zero sense, because I know absolutely nobody that thinks California's new law requiring all vehicles to be electric is going to work out here. When every single year we have blackouts, brownouts, skyrocketing energy costs, and a psychopath in office that thinks adding every single vehicle to that same volatile power grid is somehow the solution. And again, I'd call it disqualifying, but Democrat lying is basically their brand.
Said, sir, you dropped this. And he comes back, picks it up, and keeps walking out. As we're checking out, the woman said, oh, he's just walking out, he didn't take it. I said, well, why didn't you stop? She goes, oh, the governor. I swear to God, sorry, my mom's crazy. Governor lower threshold. There's no accountability. I said it's just not true. And I said it's just not true. There's still stuff. So well, we don't stop them because of the government. And then she goes, she looks at me twice, and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over. Let's take photos. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a photo. We're in a conversation. Where's your manager?
Now, shoplifters casually stealing from Target is occurring hourly across the state.
My man tells me to mind my business, but I can't help it. You okay, honey? Sir, scoot over. You're in my way. Did he run out? Whoa!
So I honestly don't doubt anybody, including the governor, can randomly encounter shoplifting at a store. But what I don't believe is a California resident just political enough to know the governor just signed a bill that prohibits employees from stopping shoplifters. Not only one, doesn't know what the governor looks like, but two, would want to take a selfie with the man that's about to put her and all her co-workers on food stamps. I'm sorry, but I just don't believe that story. But that's just what happens when someone's constantly surrounded with people that brown nose so hard they'd let it spread to their shirts just for the opportunity to ascend their political system. He's somehow forgotten how despised he is amongst the average hourly worker. Does he think random cashiers at Target forgot that Newsom locked them inside their homes, closed down their businesses, and set their kids back years with meaningless remote learning? Meanwhile, he fine-dined indoors, his winery stayed open, and his kids got to go to private school? Yeah, maybe the chronically online social media activists would fawn over a photo with him, but nobody I know in the working class would treat the Democrats like celebrities. Because I personally know how Prop 47, 57, and 64 all slowly contributed to the collapse of downtown Los Angeles. And when businesses simply can no longer survive in a society that protects the criminals over the few remaining productive citizens, the Democrats don't blame their poor policies. They again blame the productive citizens.
Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. These closures are not arbitrary and they are not innocent. They are life-threatening acts of racial and economic discrimination. Shame on you, Walgreens. Having a website with talking points about health equity and underserved communities is not enough.
Now, witnessing California destroying a literal paradise of sunny beaches, snow-capped mountains, and a variety of sports ball, I'm criticizing the Democrats as they've been in control of nearly everything for decades. But in the same sense, I don't think the Republicans can necessarily save society either. But anybody, and I mean anybody, would probably be better for the state than a politician that knows his policies are causing an invasion even random surfers are noticing. And instead of saying, okay, it's time to protect the voters and fix this issue, he's doubling down on simping on the character and decency of the president. And when politicians put their careers over the people, it's time to vote them out. And that's why I'm ecstatic to announce my campaign to run away from all of this. Maybe just go live on a farm neighboring the Amish or something, hopefully just to wait this out and see if people can finally come to their senses. But in the meantime, if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status of today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the most ominous disappearance at our border and how the Biden administration basically ignored it.